Yay, okay. Facebook always has a little bit of a mini delay. If you're here right now, can you just say hi in the chat so that I know you're here, that you can hear me? Hi, Kim, Christy, yay, you're here. Amazing. Thank you, ladies. Okay, I'm just gonna let this go for another minute or two so that anyone joining can catch us live. I'm gonna make sure that I'm always able to see the comments. Amazing. Just gonna go a couple minutes. If you're here, say hi. Check what time it is on my phone. We're gonna start. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to Costa Rica. If you can hear all the sounds, the noises, the cars. I thought we were gonna have a humongous rainstorm. It got so black and I was like, great. When it rains here, I can barely hear myself think, let alone anyone else able to listen to my voice. But hey, it calmed down. We wouldn't be here. So hello, welcome. Amber Hagberg here. I'm so excited for the 3-day Business Women's Mastermind. I've just been trying to bring this to life. I know that this was free, but I also know that time is the most valuable asset that we have. So I thank you for being here and taking the time to invest in me, but also to invest in yourself. You won't regret it. Make sure that you have a pen and paper, something to drink. Be here. Close out the tabs and really give yourself full permission to be here. Thank you for taking the time to take action towards your dream, your desire to create a freedom-based business online. This is for anyone who's desiring to grow, start, scale their business by turning the gifts, the passions that they have into magnetic offers, to be able to stand out and show up more consistently online as your authentic self, as well as how to launch your offers in an organic way that feels really good to you. If this is your first time here, say hi, tell us where you're coming in from, and a little bit more about your business. What is it that you do? Or what is it that you're beginning to do? If you haven't already, it'll be really nice if you could fill out the questionnaire that I've sent you. Be sure that while you're in here, if someone says something or a name or a photo really calls to you, let this be a really fun networking event as well. Being in these free online programs, coaching containers, the amount of amazing women that I've had the privilege to connect with and meet and see what they're doing in the world, to my biz besties, people that I literally call upon when my shadow comes up. I call upon to go out for coffee. We life together, big friends. Say hi. It's always where I really am able to put myself out there. The shadow comes up and in. So stay connected to the other women here. Let yourself be seen, let yourself be heard by typing into the chat. You can blow it up. I'll check it as we go. I do have notes here that I'm going to be referencing just because I do want to make sure that I can give you everything, and I'll be looking into the comments. Hi, Cassidy, Teresa. Kim, Christy, oh, I'm so excited that you're here. If you haven't made yourself known, say something into the chat right now. What do you do? What is it that lights your heart and soul up? If you're one of the few that started and joined this mastermind in the very beginning, you got some of my technology bloopers. This wouldn't be an event if this literally wouldn't be an event if I didn't have a technology blooper. It's been the biggest, greatest learning curve that I've ever had in my life. So yes for yes for making attempts to show up online and also learning curves along the way. Today, I'm going to have two fun invitations for you. So the first one is you can take a screenshot. You can use the graphic I sent you. Think about your biggest takeaway for the day and share it in your Instagram, Facebook stories, tag me, and that will enter you to win. I'm going to be announcing the winner on day 3, so you can tag and you can share as many times over the next couple days as your heart desires to enter the surprise giveaway. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you it is going to be worth it. We are able to really grow our brand and our impact by sharing. If I share something from Cassidy, people are more likely to want to work with Cassidy because they're like, oh, I trust Amber. So when you share and you allow us to reach out our branches and connect with more people who perhaps want to grow their businesses, they're ready to start, you're going to be that bridge for them because they trust you. That's something that you're really going to learn over the next few days is like trust, like no factor is so important when it comes to building relationships online. The second number, the number 2, the second announcement that I'll be giving to you on day 3 is open invitation to join my new program, Amplified Impact. I have been going live and talking about this on Facebook and Instagram and my emails, literally bringing myself to tears because it's something that I felt really called to do for years. And I just wasn't ready until I had my son. And I realized like over the last few years, I've been privately business coaching people behind the scenes and showing them how to start, grow, and scale their business. And I was like, there needs to be a program to show every single person in my world how to create a successful online business because I've learned what I hate, what doesn't work for me, and I've learned what I've loved. And I want to be able to share that in a container where we can create long-term relationship. So I'll share with you more about that on the 3rd day. Okay, who am I? If you haven't been in my world for a while and you're new to this, Amber Hagberg, I am a yoga teacher, podcast host, life coach, self-love mentor, business coach, retreat facilitator, mama. I wear many hats, and they're all hats that I deeply, deeply love. And for a while, like I told you, I found out what I hated. For a while, I worked with coaches that wanted to put Amber into a box. You need to niche down. You need to pick one offer. You need to do it this way. And I was so contained in who I really wanted to be that I was held back. And as I've been able to fully step in to myself, into my leadership, I've been able to really come full circle into bringing my full self to the online space. All the things that I love, all the things that I was born with, and all the things that I've spent years and years studying and becoming the embodiment of. So that's how I really brought this program, Amplified Impact, to life. But like over the last 8 months since I fully like stepped into me and not what coaches gave me permission to do, I've created over 6 online programs. I wrote a book, sold over 500 copies. I've sold out 4 different yoga retreats here that are now like transforming into business coaching, life, and mentorships. So I know what it's like to want to bring all of yourself to the table and how it can be overwhelming with like, where do I start? So my intention today is to connect you deeper into your heart. so that you can tune into your mission. And as you find out, like, where am I going? What is my intention behind going there? How can I show up and serve my clients and have a bigger impact from the depth of a heart-centered business and brand? What's so exciting right now is like the entrepreneurial journey is increasing. More and more people today are starting their own businesses and building their own brands more than ever before. And we get to be one of those people. Like, it's so exciting that we get to be one of those people. And what I want to share with you is that if you're here right now, I know that you can do what I'm doing because I'm your evidence. And what I want to share with you today is how to create a magnetic offer. Tomorrow, I'm going to share with you how to stand out as an expert in your field or fields tomorrow. And then on the third day, we'll talk about launching and how to get started in selling your offer online. The first one, like, just drop into the chat. Has anything stood out to you thus far? Like, what really pulled you in to being here? There's a difference between creating an offer and creating an offer that's magnetic. The strategies around creating an offer and selling an offer, it's actually really easy. There's a science, a study behind what works. People will tell you all day how to do it. Who is it for? What's the story behind it? What does it cover? What's included? How long is it? What's the investment? The testimonies, what they get, the special offer. That's the easy part. It's 6 weeks long and you're going to get one live call every single week. And at the end of this program, you're going to be able to XYZ. But the missing piece, I believe, is how do you be it? How can you be it? In my Amplified Impact program, I'm going to teach you both how to do it and how to be it. But today I want to share with you, how can you create a magnetic offer and not just any offer? So magnetism is like relating to being magnetic or exhibited. What does it mean? It's like metal to metal. We pull each other together. But in this case, exactly, it's how do I attract my soulmate clients into this program? You have to be it. As someone who has created 6+ offers in just the last 8 months, I can tell you that every single time I go to create an offer, I am initiated. My first program ever, Live Your Yoga. I've been living my yoga since 2008, since I found the practice. But let me tell you, when I went to launch the program, I am constantly being tested. Are you really living your yoga? And so when you bring your multi-passionate self into an offer and you go to sell it, you're going to be tested. The universe is going to say, are you really magnetic? Are you really committed to living your yoga? And this is when you get to choose to be. This is when you're able to rise into your authority and your leadership to actually walk your talk. You're so much more magnetic when you're human and when you're relatable than if you're like, that's easy. Living my yoga, that's easy. Showing up online, that's easy. Launching, that's easy. But if you can be like, I've been there, I know it's challenging. The thing is like, it's easy to do. Amber, tell me how to create my offer. Okay, I need to write down who it's for. I need to write down how long it is. I need to write down what's included. I need to write down how much it's going to cost. Done. Okay, what's next? Now you just live it. Yeah, but how? Well, you have to be the embodiment of it. Do this and you'll be successful. But what about being it? What about embodying it? And this is where you really get to stand out and thrive, because your story is your message. Every story in your life is a message, and you get to practice bringing it to life. How you got where you are today is the business and brand you get to create from, and that's how you're different. That's how you stand out. Being a coach, a mentor, a teacher, there's thousands. How many yoga teachers are there? How many business coaches are there? How many self-love coaches are there? Thousands and thousands. There are so many. But there is not one of them out there that has your energy, your story, your presence. And the more that you're able to embody who you are and claim this as your identity, the more they're going to choose you. It's because of who you are. And I know, like, starting a business online, it can be overwhelming because there's so many out there. But when you say, like, I believe that I'm magnetic, I know without a doubt I have a gift to share with the world. And I know that the more me I am, the more clients are going to want to work with me and sign into my courses. I know this. The more magnetic you are, the more relatable you are. And when you do this, it's you really being able to claim a seat at the table, a seat in the online space. And for me, I feel like investing in long-term mentorship is so potent, because you're telling the universe, you're committing to yourself that I'm in this for the long run. It's easy, right? You're here for the next 3 days, or you sign into an 8-week mentorship, or you sign up for 3 months. But when you really start to embody the identity that you're in this business for the long run, you don't just hire a coach for a month, a few months, but you say, like, I want to do this for a year. I want to commit to this and see where I am in a year. If you asked yourself, if you follow me on Instagram, I just posted a photo of me 10 years ago in a passport full, 27 pages, and a photo of me today. And I'm like, I don't even know who that girl was, but I know that her heart is the same. And so as you commit, like, I'm in this business for the long run. I have a vision and a mission so big that no matter what, I'm going to embody my life's work, no matter what. That's your inner commitment to making a difference in the world. And that's you saying, I'm here for it. Because when you step into the online space and you begin to launch an offer, so much comes up inside of you. I just recently had a friend call me. She actually texted me first. Hey, do you have a minute? And I knew she was in the middle of launching a program, and I knew that she was going to ask me for help. And she's like, why is it that I can run, literally she runs a yoga teacher training every single month. But when I go to do something online, I feel all of these things. And it's because you're doing something so vulnerable. You're putting yourself out there. It's not just a sign at your business. It's, I'm sharing this, and literally the whole entire world could see it. And so much comes up in these moments. It's literally why I love masterminds, coaching containers, and being an entrepreneur. Because it's how I've grown so rapidly over the last few years. You get to see all the shadows come to the surface. A couple of my one-on-one clients are here right now, and these things have surfaced for them. And they get to watch, like, The fear, what if I fail? They get to watch the fear, what if it doesn't work out? What if someone judges me? The truth is, you're always going to fail. Something always isn't gonna work out. You're always going to be judged. The fear of like, what if I don't provide the transformation to my clients? What if I go back? What if I have to go back and get a real job? The truth is, every decision that you make changes you. You're never actually going backwards. You're always going forwards into a new version of you every single time. And so what happens when you launch your first program and you don't get the result you desire? What happens when you start to show up online and people from high school start to judge you? What happens when you start to see someone that began business at the same time of you and they are farther ahead? So much shame starts to boil. So much judgment begins to rise. Some people would quit. And others people would be like, how can I come back to my mission and my vision? That I'm in this for the long run, that I'm committed to making massive impact, that I know I have a message and a story to give, and that if I commit to this for the long run, I am bound to be successful. So what do you do when shame rises? What do you do when your fear rises? Which one are you going to feed? What if it doesn't work out? Or can you come back to the decision that you made when you signed up with your coach, when you created the program, when you dreamed and journaled and visioned about the desire and impact you've had? It all comes back to how can you come back to your why, your big old why are you doing this? And how can you energetically hold yourself in the void of where you are and where you desire to be? It's easy for us. If we create a magnetic offer, we start selling it, people are signing on, you sell out, money's coming in, amazing testimonials popping up. You get everything that you ever desire right now. But the challenge is like, how do you stay in alignment with your purpose and your vision, the embodiment of your work and your decision to go online when someone wants a refund, when no one is buying yet? Or when someone who started at the same time as you surpassed you? What do you do then? Because it's easy to get excited and start, but when you're going up and down, you have to remember the identity that you're claiming. The thing that blocks most people is saying, why isn't it working? What do you mean, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working yet? We live in a world, right, of instant gratification. And so this is when you have to decide, who do you want to be? No matter what happens. How can you find and claim your inner validation when the shadow work comes up? If you're starting your online business and creating a magnetic offer, starting an online business was easy, everyone would be doing it. This is really for the ones who are ready to decide who they're going to be, no matter what, no matter how long it takes. That's why it's like, I really love when someone's like, I want to start my online business, but I don't know if I have the finances to like go all in. Don't. Keep your part-time job while going all in onto your business. That way you never create your online business out of a need to pay your bills, but out of a desire to have more impact. You can do both. That's what I did. I kept my part-time jobs until I was in a place where this was out of desire, out of I want to help more people. I want to reach more people around the world. Do both so that you can stay in it for the long-term vision. And this is how you're going to stand out as an authority. You are who you say you are. Has anyone here tried to start an online business and then felt like a little resistance because it didn't happen right away? You get to show up in all your humanness. If you've been following me on Instagram for a while, you know that I take you on the journey with me into my pivots, into my expansion, into like what I used to do and what I'm doing now. I'm not going to lie. I want to tell you everything. Because if you look at my life and you scroll my feed, it looks like it's easy. It looks like, oh, she got so lucky. But this wasn't luck. It was commitment, persistence, and alignment. How does that land with you? I want to share with you a story. The 3 lessons that I learned when I got proposed to last week and how it related to my business. And I realized, yeah, there's some things in my life that, I want now. I want instant gratification now. So the first one, quiet your mind. Ask yourself, what do you desire in your online business? What are your gifts? What do you want? What impact do you want to have? How much money do you want to make? And then to wait, never settle, right? We're in it for the long run. Trust the timeline, your own unique timeline. So there's 3 things that I'm going to ask you to do after this. But first, I just want to share with you, if you've already read my proposal and you've already been on my Instagram, bear with me. I'm going to give you the story. It's going to be quick. But basically last May, my partner and I were going to get married. And then I thought to myself, if we're going to get married, I want him to ask me. So I asked. I paused. I listened to my desire. First thing, the desire came through. I had a little bit of fear, like, am I going backwards? I trusted that desire, and then I asked for it. But I want you to ask me. Here comes the hard part. Then I had to wait. I don't like waiting. So I say, when are you going to ask me? And he says, in December. December comes around. Okay. When are you going to ask me? When Amani's born, before Amani's born. Okay. Amani's born. We wait. Okay. When are you going to ask me? And then every single time we would go hang out at his mom's house, Grandma would always ask, when are you guys going to get married? I would always respond. When he asked, he would always respond, I'm preparing something. And through this time, right, that was last May, he just proposed in March. So you do the math there. I said to my friends, I'm just going to ask. I don't want to wait. I want to get married now. But I didn't, I waited and I waited. And I'm so glad that I waited because it was everything that I desired. And I could have settled, lowered my standards, and just asked. And I thought, this is what happens in business. Someone says no to your program. Someone says it's too much. We think it's about us. Is the program, does it have everything it needs? Maybe I should lower the price. And we start to question what our heart told us from the beginning. We start to question if our work is valid, if we're enough. And we want to lower our standards just to see what happens. And then, the funny thing about it is, if you think it's because of your prices, if you think it's because of what's included, you change for someone out there and then you try again and you realize that didn't work. And it's because alignment, trust the timeline. Your timeline is already written. We can't speed up the process. The only thing that we can do is 1, be our work, be the energetic alignment. And number 2, show up consistently and do the thing. You have to do both. If I'm in alignment with my dream to have a bigger impact in the world, but I don't do anything, it's not going to work. If I show up every single day and I do, and I'm questioning why isn't it working yet, well, then I'm taking myself out of energetic alignment. And so that's why I love to weave both of these together, to stay committed to my dream, but also to take action. And always coming back to the why am I doing this? And does it really matter when it happens, if it's going to happen no matter what? I think about it like this. Some women, when they have a baby, it takes 1 hour for the baby to be born. Some women, it takes 3 hours. Some women, it takes 2 days. Some women, it takes 3 days. Some women have to go in through surgery. You don't get to choose how your baby's born, but you can do everything you can to energetically align to your desire and trust in your own timeline. The same thing happens in business, to trust the evolution of our business. So, number one, listen. What is your desire right now? What is your idea around creating and crafting your own unique magnetic offer? And what type of business, what type of offers do you desire to have? Make a list of all the different passions that you have and hold, and put together your idea around the magnetic offer. And what is it that you desire? And then number two, ask for it. Who do you want to serve? Who is your ideal audience? What are they thinking and feeling right now? And what do they desire to think and feel? How can you help them? And at what capacity? How many people do you desire to work with at a time in a container? How much money would you like to make? What's your monthly goal? And what is the legacy that you want to leave behind? How do you want to be remembered? And then the hardest, the most rewarding, like my engagement, everything I ever dreamed it to be and more. Wait for it. Don't lower your standards. Take action. Embody your work and your message. Don't you dare lower your prices or your standards. Don't you dare begin to doubt that you're less than enough. You were always enough. Your program was always going to change lives. If someone tells you no, this has nothing to do with you. They're just not ready yet. I have an amazing client who's going to join Stand Out and Thrive in January. She just joined in June. And she said, I'm so glad that I trusted myself and I didn't join in January like I thought I was going to. Because everything that I've been through in the last few months has prepared me to receive this information now. I didn't change anything about Stand Out and Thrive. I innovated it. I added to it. I adapted, of course, because I'm growing. The program I'm creating is always growing and adding and evolving. But I didn't change it because I thought it was going to get me more clients. I didn't change it because I thought it wasn't enough. I added things in because I'm constantly investing in myself. I'm constantly studying. And so the program grew and the things I taught were different. But Amy's yes and no had nothing to do with me and my program or my pricing, but everything to do with her own sacred yes. So wait for the client to say yes. Wait for the amount of students that you desire. Take action every single day and trust that you'll hit your income goals. You'll hit your amount of clients that you desire. One of my mentors just said in a program that I'm in, I used to show up and do Facebook Lives and no one would come. I used to sell offers and I'd get a few people. I used to dream to have 50 or 100 clients. Do you want to know how many people were in this program? 3,200 people. She started her business back in 2013. Almost 9 years later, are you going to trust that no matter what, you're going to show up? So you are the one in control of the highs and the lows. You're in control of who you are in those moments and how you show up. How can you stay in the vibration and the frequency of what you desire, the impact you wish to have, regardless of what's going on outside? How can you stay a vibrational match for what you desire? Comment below if you're in this for the long run. Just say, in it for the long run, willing to do whatever it takes. I'm here. I want to pull something up for you. I'm gonna pull something up for you. Okay, so I did a little math yesterday. Oh, of course. Just imagine that person, like, who knows what they're doing in the middle of my call. Surrender. Okay, so I'm gonna, yes, Queens, yes, Renee, yes, Cassidy, I see you. Okay, so here's a document. This is your homework. I'll also give you a couple other pieces of homework. I have no idea what someone's doing right now. All right. So as you listen to what your heart desires, I want to help you to craft and to create your own unique strategy for your way to six figures. So how much money do you want to make? If six figures isn't your goal, throw that number out and create your own. I don't want to put any numbers into your mind, but because that is how I marketed this, I wanted to show you how it's possible in many different ways. And then you tap in to your own heart's desire, the own number that feels really good. Like in the online space, we can start chasing numbers like candy, like, oh, I want that, I want that. But like, write down, how much are your bills? What do you want to invest in? What do you want to have extra to save? Ask yourself, like, realistically, to live the life that you desire to live, to have the amount of money and things that you desire to have, what is that sacred number for you? And then create the math to get there on your own. There's thousands of different offers that you can create online. And I wanted to be able to show you different ways in which you can hit those income levels. And the spreadsheet is going to show you low ticket, high ticket, medium ticket. Now, in a world online, my idea of low ticket and high ticket is going to be different than, for example, my coach or mentor. Your idea of low ticket and high ticket is going to be different. We get into like numbers and how to like create different offers. But basically, I want you to trust yourself. This is intuition. How much should I charge for this? Look at it. What are they getting? What are you giving? And create a number for you. I'm not going to be the coach to tell you you should charge this much, because it's never going to work if you don't energetically feel aligned to the investment that you're asking someone. You can create a 1 hour masterclass, a 3-day masterclass, a 4-week course, a 12-week mentorship, a 6-month program, a 6-month mastermind, year-long programs. You can charge $10 a class to $10,000 a program or more. As you begin to tap into the identity of who you're creating, who you want to become, the impact you're ready to have, the idea of like, are you going to be a 6-figure mama? Are you going to be a multi-million-dollar mama? You know, like, I'm just putting those out there. But I want you to claim your own identity around your presence in the online space. Also, your idea around money and how much you want to make. Because in the world right now, on like the internet, you can make so much money. It's unreal. but like not everyone desires it. Some people don't want that. And I don't want to put any number inside of you because it's up to you to decide. And I can tell you, nothing that I do is for money. That's why I said, keep a part-time job. This is about impact and changing people's lives. And if you're doing this for money, you're not living the embodiment of your work. That's just, that doesn't happen. So you have to ask yourself, what comes to mind for you? So your homework before tomorrow is to prepare a sacred space, light candles, sage, Palo Santo, get into a vibe, or go out into nature. I'm so grateful because it was about to pour down rain, like a disaster outside, and it's so sunny. I'm starting to get a little sunburnt here. However, you can quiet your mind and listen to your heart. Like your heart doesn't come from here. It's not thoughts, it's a feeling. So when you tap into your heart, into the feelings, ask yourself, what is it that you desire to do? Who are you committed to being? What is your bigger vision and mission in the world? And then from that place and space, what offer wants to come through you? How do you want to facilitate this offer? Who are you going to be? And how can you take them with you? How will you lead the way? Please type in here and share with me any questions that you may have. Six figures would be more than I'm making now. That would be amazing. But honestly, as long as I'm making what I am now, I'd be happy because I'd be doing what I love rather than a current job and be able to do my heart's desire full time. Yes, Renee, I love this so much for you. And the reason being is like, we're not doing this for the money. The money is the byproduct. We're doing this because of heart. We're heart-centered entrepreneurs. We want to do what we love. And when you do what you love, you have a bigger impact. And something that I teach in Amplified Impact just on my podcast and in my program and in my world is we create wealth from the inside out. When I set out to be a yogi, it was because of who it made me on the inside. And the more that I stayed committed to the person I was becoming through my yoga practice, it's the wealthier that I became. Not just inside, but outside, because you attract what's outside of you. So this is always from the heart. Are you leading people into the retreat world or just into whatever online job they choose? You can take this and apply it to an online business, but you can also take this and apply it to retreats. What I love about the online world is that now that I create relationship with people online, those people are like, I love you, Amber. I want to come hang out with you in the jungle. I'm coming to Costa Rica. So we get to deepen the relationship. When I first started my online business, the reason was because I wanted more people to come hang out with me in the jungle. The byproduct was this epic online business. And now seeing the potential that the online business has brought me, I'm like, oh, I want to share that with other people. So I think what's really great is that you can have an online business or you can have an in-person business. But at the end of the day, it's optimal alignment. Doesn't matter where you have your business. It's how you build relationships and connections to other people, how deep you take people. All right, so your assignment is to, once you answer the questions for day one, go post them into the group so that you can be seen, you can be celebrated. And be sure to enter for a chance to win. You can tag me, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time and place. You just have to come into the Facebook group to get notified that I'm here going live. Otherwise, I will see you in the comments online tomorrow. Come with any questions that you have, things that come up. Get quiet. Listen to what you desire, ask for it, and then be willing to wait. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you, beautiful humans. I love you so much.